Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and everyone is in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, your aromatherapist and wellness coach, with my brother Sean Ali of Supreme Health and Fitness. And we are coming on today for our Health and Wellness Power Hour. And today's topic is the symptoms of healing. Do you know the symptoms of healing? And we're going to get into into the topic. And as you come in, please share the video. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Brother Sean, assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam. All is well. All is well.
Yes, sir.
Alive
Praise be to
and
Allah.
grateful.
Alive and
Yes.
well. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the key right there. Gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude, having
Yeah.
that attitude of gratitude. So, yes, sir, the symptoms of healing. And this topic is much needed because I feel some might mistake the symptoms of healing as sickness, as we were discussing, Brother Sean. So, we want to go ahead and get right
They
into the
can.
topic. Yes, do you know the symptoms of healing? And are you mistaking them
Yeah.
for being sick?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what
Three
you
very,
got
very,
for us,
very
Brother Sean?
important questions.
Right,
You
right.
know, and when it comes to healing in this, can you that first slide, the
First
first
slide.
picture?
Let me,
Yes.
yes, sir. Let me pull that
Let
up.
me let me let me show y'all some of the scientific basis from where supreme health and wellness comes from. Right. So
Right.
that, yeah,
Yes,
because
sir.
the things that I speak about aren't just my theories. They are based on how the body works in science. So there are other scientists that have done research on what we are talking about, and they have scientific studies that support what we are saying,
Right.
right?
Right. So here's our first slide. Can you see it?
No, that's not the one, but we can
No,
we'll
I'll get the one. I'll
and
find
while
what
we're
you
going
need.
at that, and because yeah, it's the one when it's talking about healing. But when we are looking at today's topic, it's revolving around how does healing feel? Do you confuse your healing with sickness? And are you really sick or are you healing? And yes, here it is. It says that's not the one either, but that's
No,
okay.
no, I got it. All right. I
No,
thought I put them in order. All
no,
right,
keep
here we
going.
go. No,
No,
those are the only three.
it's all good. Yeah, no, that's not it either. No, keep going.
No.
No,
Okay, I must have. All right. Those are the only ones I
it's all
put
good.
up.
No,
The
it's
ones that
all
you sent me.
because okay, now we're going to start with those because when you now depending on we're dealing with two things. This is what we are this is what the whole point of today's video and what me and sister Denise are going to talk about. Because if you go to your doctors, if you turn on the commercial, you're going to get this word here. If you go to a holistic practitioner, you're going to get this word, signals. Because in science, they have something called the negative feedback loop. It's called the negative feedback loop. So if you got the body, right? The body moves from the head down. So this is the motor neurons is in the brain. That's how you move the body. We have something coming from the body to let the body know these are the signals. It's
Right.
also referred to under the negative feedback loop. This is the signal coming from the body to the brain. And if you, depending on your interpretation, if you were raised to think, I got inflammation, I'm sick. I'm congested, I'm sick. I got
Right.
mucus, I'm sick. I got pain, I'm sick. See, you're going to think you got symptoms. But when we understand that the body sends signals, how does the immune system feel? Not what it does, not what it's made out of, not where it comes from. How does the immune system feel? See, we never talk about that. We never are learned or taught how it feels. So when we get the signal, the negative feedback loop, we interpret it as I don't feel good, I'm sick. So it's a
Right.
symptom. Look at COVID. The vaccines don't treat COVID, they treat the symptoms. The remedies that the vitamin D, C, all ivermectin, all of these therapies, not saying they're right or wrong. Look at the language. They are treating the symptoms, but though that signals from your body.
Right.
So, sister, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go. You wanted to interject?
No, that was you're I'm agreeing with you. That's right.
Okay. Now I have a book. You can Google. You can look up the immune system. Right. You can read about it. But if you don't interpret it in your brain, that when you are moving and you are getting this signal that might not be sick. So when you go to the doctor, now I just want to give a scenario real quick. I have a negative feedback loop. It's one of these signals coming from the body. Okay,
Right.
boom. I think it's a symptom. So now I'm going to do a home remedy. I'm going to go to the pharmacy, or I'm going to do something else to try to treat it. If it doesn't work, then I either make an appointment or go to the emergency room, right? Let's say I go
Right.
to the ER. I sit there 2, 3, 4 hours. All they tell me is, hey, you want some Motrin?
Right.
Because I wasn't sick. They tested me. They did your blood pressure. They did your blood test. They you might have pushed them into doing a CAT scan or an MRI, depending on how aggressive you were in wanting them to do something, because you're getting the negative feedback loop. Nobody ever taught us what healing feels like. They never taught us what
Right.
our immune system feels like. Sis, can you pop up one of the ones that you just showed? The last one, you can
Okay.
start right there.
The last
Now,
one. All
family, for
right.
those tuning in, let us look at we're going to look at why is inflammation such an important part of the innate immune response. Now listen to the answer. It is now recognized that if inflammation induced by microbial infection and tissue damage is an essential mechanism of innate immune response. Let's stop right there.
Mhm.
So now they are saying they now recognize that inflammation is a part of the immune response. So now this is no longer a symptom. This is a signal from the body saying that your
Right.
immune system is working. Okay, now let's
Mhm.
finish. It says proper inflammatory responses provide broad spectrum protection against infections and orchestrate long term adaptive immunity towards specific pathogens. So, listen to what this says now. Inflammatory is needed for long term adaptive prevention. Sis, you could take that down. So,
Okay.
listen, one of the signals, inflammation. Okay, now listen now. Listen. A negative inflammation. So that article was from a government article. The NIH, right? That was a
Right.
peer-reviewed collegiate, you could use that as a reference on a collegiate term paper. They would
Wow.
accept that site. Okay, they are saying that inflammation is neat. So if you get inflammation in your body and you think that this is a symptom because I'm sick, you're going to go seeking anti-inflammatories, right?
Right.
And if they don't, and this is what happens. Okay, you take one, the inflammation goes down. But because this is a signal in your, it's a part of the immune response, the inflammation comes back. You pop
Right.
another one, the inflammation comes back. You pop see, you're fighting your own immunity. You're fighting your healing process. It says for
Wow.
long term. For long, in that answer, it said inflammation is needed for long term healing. So if you are, this is why it's taking you years.
Right.
This
To
is why
heal
you have
because
a,
wow, that's powerful because we think that the inflammation, the swelling, all of that is the
we're
sickness,
going to
but
talk
it's
about
a
it
part
today.
of the healing. Wow, that's powerful.
We see, if you see, I don't have man, see, here's the biggest difference. Me and you and I are not trying to sell the listening audience anything. So we can call it a signal because we're not trying to sell an herb, a vitamin, a supplement, a drug. So we're not, see, Mucinex calls mucus buildup a symptom because they
Right.
want to sell you the Mucinex. Can we go to the next slide, please, sis? Okay. See, it
Yeah.
ain't just, it's not just inflammation.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. We're gonna talk about it today. That's the same one. Okay, here we go. Why do we get congested when sick? Woo! The viruses that cause the common cold or flu often enter the body directly through your nose. Once there, they begin to multiply inside the lining of your nasal passages. The body's response to infection leads to inflammation that brings nasal congestion. So the
Wow.
congestion is going into that immune response. Why? Okay, you have your nose. You can take that down, sis. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have your nose. So something enters into that nasal cavity. The inflammation is coming because the inflammation is a part of the immune response, right? It's an emergency. It's an alarm signal. It's sending aid to that spot. That's why it's inflamed just in that area. Local inflammation is a part of your immune response. General inflammation is something different. So because it's localizing that and it's calling attention to that specific area because some of the immune cells, they destroy healthy cells as well as the unhealthy cells. Some of
Right.
our immune cells, they don't know the difference. So the body, to protect itself, it alerts the air. How will it alert the area? Inflammation. So now
Inflammation.
you got something that just entered into your nose. The body wants to keep it right here, right? How
Mm-hmm.
does it keep it there? Congestion. It
Congestion.
congests, right? So it's making you breathe slower, not that you are sick. See, when you got that clogged nasal cavity, try to breathe slower. Oh,
Right.
wow. Okay. but but so we know that this is a signal, not necessarily a symptom. See, especially when you go to the hospital and they don't find nothing wrong, then you weren't sick, you are healing, right? So
Right.
let's get the next slide, sis, because we got Sister Denise has part of the solutions as well with the aromatherapy, and we don't want to leave that out because that's just as important.
I hope I'm bringing it because I can't see these
No,
slides.
that's the same one. That's okay. That's hey, but look, hold on, sis, hold on. Oh, never mind. We gonna go. Why is inflammation? That's the same one we had.
It
Next one.
is.
Yeah. You went the wrong way.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is the first one we wanted to go over. This article says, as doctors, we learn that the body can heal itself. Our physiology texts teach us that it is brilliantly equipped with natural self repair mechanisms that kill the cancer cells reproduce every day, fight infectious agents, repair broken proteins, keep our coronary arteries open, and naturally fight the aging process. So this is something that is known in the anatomy and physiology books. It doesn't matter what your doctor tells you. If we get a knowledge of self and we study anatomy and physiology on our own, we will see the
Right.
magnificence, how amazing and awesome you are. Like, man, when we say you God, you gotta, man, that is like you, we really physically, the human body is unstoppable. You have to really stop yourself. You are only
Right.
limited by what you know and can do,
Mm,
right?
exactly.
So one more, sis, and then we're gonna bring you on in the aromatherapy end, because it's another one that's dealing with no.
Is that? I'm sorry.
It's a, no. We but look, well, no. We gonna come to you, then we gonna come back to the slides, right? So, but that's the
Okay.
one we want to come to when we come back to the slides. So you can leave it on
Okay.
that one, but we don't need it right now. But because so
Yeah.
the point is, but we just have, for those that's tuned in, we just have more articles that support different what they call symptoms, the inflammation, the congestion, the mucus buildup. Because once we find that slide, we got the science says that the mucus buildup. How do you get, okay, let's say it's fighting a virus, right? So let's say it's fighting a virus. So you got inflammation, you got congestion, right? So the body is
Yes.
sending all kind of cells, phagocytes, macrophages, uh, natural killer cells. It's sending all of that to kill the virus, right? So the body
Right.
kills the virus. Now it has to get rid of these, and it has to get rid of that. So you got mucus is the highway. Every opening of our body is covered with mucous membrane. That's what protects the openings of the body to keep something out of your body that the skin doesn't keep out. So when we are looking, so the mucus will build up so that it can trap these, your immune cells and the viral cells, and get them out the body. So how does mucus leave? You you got the, what is that called that make you cough?
Um, to make you cough.
Yes, the herbs
Just.
and
Oh yeah. Yes. Eucalyptus. It helps with
yes.
breathing. It helps to relieve, yes, that
No,
congestion.
I mean, what's that called when it's it slipped my tongue when you do it to make you cough. Because
Um,
when you got that mucus and that phlegm buildup, a natural reflex is to cough, to get
right.
that up out of your body, to sneeze, to get that mucus. You have that drainage. That's a expectorant. The expectorant.
Yes,
It,
expector. Yes.
yes, an expectorant is an herb that has an ingredient that makes you cough so that you
Right.
can clear out that mucus, because in the mucus isn't the problem. The mucus is getting the bad stuff out. So it's pulling those dead immune cells and those dead viral cells or bacteria or whatever the invader is, to remove it out of your body. So
Right.
when we have this, what happens is we fight. We will fight all of these because somebody told us it's a symptom. We never thought our bodies was working.
Right.
We never pictured my body. So we're fighting this. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, right, that one of our cures or our cure is fasting. He said
That's it.
fasting is the cure for 90% of our ills.
Talk about it.
How is this? Because see, we don't have symptoms. If you get these signals of inflammation, congestion, pain, and mucus buildup, what do you do then, brother Sean? You get out the way. You rest.
Right.
Your doctor will tell you go home and get some rest, but you
Yes.
can't because of your children, because of your job, because of your spouse, because of your life. So you can't rest. So you need an anti-inflammatory. You need a decongest. You don't have the
Need an
simple time
explorative.
to sit,
Right.
just to rest. So when you
Right.
can't settle yourself on your own, right? When you can't settle yourself, because that now you're dealing with mentality, you're dealing with the mental. So when
Hmm.
you can't say, I don't have time. No, 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 no. You can't supplement time. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
staying.
right.
No,
No
ain't no
supplement.
you. You think
No
you
sir.
supplemented the sun, and you think they did something slick with that. You can't
Right.
supplement time.
Sure can't. That's say that again.
You control time. You manage. How do you manage your time? See, you
Right.
can't supplement. So that's mental. Sister Denise has an arsenal of mental.
Absolutely.
They help physically, but it starts at the mind,
It starts
right?
with the
So
mind. That's right. That's
I'm
right.
getting these signals and I want to sit still. I want to rest, sis. What can I give me some. I know you
Want to
loaded.
rest? Yes, you already know. You want to rest. The one of my favorites, lavender.
Mhm.
You want to calm.
Mm,
You want to de-stress. Get a good
mm,
night's sleep. I promise you, the other night I I needed to rest. I really needed to get a good night's rest. And I
mm.
diffused lavender and ylang ylang together.
Right.
I massaged the soles of my feet with that lavender, and I slept so good and so sound. My son, y'all seen he was at work, and I had fell asleep. Jabril was asleep. So nobody, I didn't hear my phone ringing. He called my phone several times. That's how good I was sleeping. And he he ended up having to take a Uber home because no, I was asleep that sound. I did not hear him
Wow.
calling. But
Wow.
yes, lavender, ylang ylang, it will help. And when you wake up, you'll feel rested and refreshed, and you'll feel really good. So lavender and ylang ylang are two that you can diffuse together. Also, cedarwood. Cedarwood stimulates your pineal gland to produce that natural melatonin that your pineal gland produces so that you get that restorative sleep. When you wake up, you're
Mm,
not feeling weighted down and groggy like you took some NyQuil or all that other sleep, those other sleep aids that we sometimes used to use to get a good night's sleep.
mm-hmm.
But
Right, 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 right.
you wake up not really feeling refreshed. So that's the
Mm,
power and the beauty of using the essential oils. It's all natural. You get that rest, that restorative sleep, and you wake up ready to seize the day.
mm. Come on, man. Hitting that, and that pineal gland is.
Right.
Let me show y'all where that pineal gland at real quick, because we're gonna learn something today. So let
That's
me
right.
show. See, let me look. This that pineal gland, that red, that red
Oh yeah.
in piece of material right there. That's what the
Yes.
pineal gland is at. So when you're talking about stimulating that to produce that melatonin, right? Melatonin isn't supposed to come from the stomach. It's the pineal gland becomes stimulated and it's produced from there.
Right.
So here, where the eye is at, is called the thalamus, right? So hold on. This one you can see a little bit better on, I think. So that eye is the thalamus. Coming down is the third. This is the third ventricle. This is the fourth ventricle coming down into the spinal column. So when that melatonin is secreted, it's released into the spine, the cerebral spinal fluid, and it's circulated and washes the brain, and it's washes the brain, and then it is sent down that ventricle down into the spinal column to be have it. That's where you get that whole body sensation at.
Mm,
See, okay, see, it starts with the mind, because when you
that's
when
right.
it's released, the first organ tissues that it affects is the brain. And as it's being circulated down that spinal column, that now you just have that total you just
Yes.
you just wow. You feel what I'm saying? So
That's how I
when we
was.
know that,
Like,
mm, awesome.
yes.
Because this is what we want to do. This is the key. It's not eating or drinking. Because doctors will, when you go, they don't know what's wrong with you. So they're going to see what their book says, and they're going to start you off on the lowest dosage, right?
Mhm.
And they're going to say, hey, come back or contact us, your regular primary care physician in a few days. If you got any more effects, come on back.
Right.
But see, because they don't see, we have a misconception that they know or they're supposed to know because they have on a white, and that's no. We already said that the doctors, we are taught in physiology that the body is designed to heal itself. You feel what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So when we are looking inflammation, Sister Denise, there's something that can help with that, right?
Yes. Peppermint is an
Mm,
anti-inflammatory. Yes, and it also helps you to breathe deeper. It's an
mm.
explorative. It's all of that in one. And it's an
So,
adaptogen, so it'll adapt to what your body
mm,
needs.
come on now, like a stem cell.
Right.
That's what a stem cell is. It's a
Right.
blank cell that you can you'll just put it in your body, and your body will use it as it
Use
needs
it
to.
as it needs it.
Come on, man. This is
Yes.
man. So when we are looking at, okay, I'm getting these signals, healing, these are uncomfortable. These are uncomfortable, right? So when nobody wants to be uncomfortable, nobody wants to be uncomfortable. If you break your
Right.
bone, you got a scab, the scab itches, and you pick at it, the bone that's in the cast, you got to scratch it, and it hurts and it irritating. Nobody
Mhm.
wants to be uncomfortable. So when you are getting these signals, it's easy to think uncomfortable, uncomfortability is sickness, but it's not.
Right.
Healing can be uncomfortable because these are the signals of healing. That's why we showed you those pictures from those different sites and researches that show you these are also the signals of healing.
Healing. Wow.
So we're trying to show you, okay, if I'm getting these signals, what do? I rest, sit my ass down, excuse me. And
Right.
boom, I'm fasting. I'm fasting. I'm fasting from overworking myself. I'm fasting
Right.
from not getting rest. I'm fat. You let me boom, because my body is trying to work itself out. So along the
Right.
way, we got things that can help you quiet your mind so you can get rest. Sister Denise says cedarwood, lavender, that yang,
Right.
right? Inflammation, we got peppermint, congestion, we got peppermint and also eucalyptus. That's definitely
Yes, eucalyptus, definitely.
that eucalyptus are clear. Woo! That's
Everything.
what
And
the
put
the
peppermint and
menthol.
eucalyptus together. Oh my
Mm,
goodness.
the menthol that's in the eucalyptus is what is that clearing effect, right?
Right.
That's what they put in the in that's a fake generic version, synthetic version that they put in the medicines.
Yeah, the
All they
Vicks,
did was
Vicks
synthesize.
bath.
Yeah, Vicks. There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah,
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 Vic
yeah, yeah, yeah,
vapor
yeah.
rub and all that stuff.
Yeah, yes, yes. So when we are looking, because we want to close, because they, like I said, this is all great because now you can administer your health and wellness. You can do it where it be effective. Because if you get that signal, you won't say I'm sick, which in turns really makes you sick.
Right.
You can say, hey, my body is working. It's my body is working because these are my immune system responses. My okay, hold up. See
Exactly.
now I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I'm not gloomy. I'm happy because my body is working. It's keeping me alive. It's fighting. It's fighting for me. Woo!
And one
I'm
sister
sorry, sis.
says, nobody wants to be uncomfortable. So we reach for these
Mm.
things to relieve the uncomfortability, you know?
That's what they sell us. Even today, with
Right.
the solutions for COVID, the vaccine doesn't prevent COVID, it lessens the symptoms. Hold up. The symptoms you are talking about is my immune system responses. We just
Exactly.
went up. So somebody is lying. Somebody is lying, man. Hold up. You
Right.
you dig what I'm saying? So when you talking about this, see, this is where, and I'm not making fun of this. Please, 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 everybody listening. This is where the difference between Dr. Sabi, his whole science is built on fighting the symptoms. He's making a living off of your body caused the inflammation, so it's going to get rid of it. Your body caused it. See, you that's not fighting the why.
Right.
You think what I'm saying? So if I got chronic reoccurring inflammation, it might not be because I'm eating the wrong food. When you look up, there's something when you look up cellular death, right? You got
Hmm.
apoptosis and you got necrosis. Apoptosis is programmed cellular death. The body gets rid of the cell, you don't even know it. Necrosis is unexpected cellular death. That's where the inflammation comes from. You
Right.
don't see it's, but it signals. We rest. Let me sit still. Let my body work. You
Right.
dig what I'm not dead. So hey, if you hot, you got if do you know, family? We didn't get to one of these pictures, but when you have a viral infection, one of the ways that they know is because viruses live at 98.6 degrees. So the body can't get cold because rigor mortis is going to set in. So the body
Right.
raises the temperature to kill the virus. They call that a fever.
Right.
So if
That's
you have a fever, instead of trying to break it, take your clothes off, man. Let your skin, because see, the body is in the inside, the blood is where all of that's carried. So the blood is being rushed to the skin to release the heat and cool off because the blood can't
right.
cool off inside. So you have the fever is only the blood rushing to the skin to cool off. If you got on clothes, you are interfering with that cooling off process. So take off remove your garments. Let your skin and body do what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Set your set your diffuser up. Sister Denise has a one you can carry in your pocket and all the way to the ones you put in your diffuser.
Right.
And you can set the stage for your mind to rest so you won't get in the way of interfering. You
That's
got the
right.
inhaler one, sis?
Yes. Can you see it?
It's it's cold and flute slide. There you go. Oh
Right.
man, listen to me.
Then
Pocket
just take
size.
that top off. Inhale
Mm,
and take it
mm,
with you. Put it in your pocket, your purse. You have aromatherapy on the go with these.
mm.
It's great if you have nasal congestion,
Yes,
you know, need to
yes,
de-stress for a minute while you're at work on your lunch break.
yes,
Just pull that
yes.
inhaler out. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you have that congestion, right? I'm sorry, family. Sister Denise, yeah, right there. When you have that congestion and that nasal congestion, right? Let's say you have that nasal congestion. So in while you're using the oils, breathe slower. Yo, listen,
Right.
breathe. Part of the reason that over breathing is one of the wrong ways we breathe. See, that's forceful. Take your time.
Right.
See, when you got that nasal congestion, take it. It's a signal to your body. Your body is trying to congest that area for a reason because it's trying to save the rest of you. See,
Right.
so, something has triggered it, and it's trying to save the rest of you. So, okay, sis. All right,
Yes, sir.
let's we can because these are going to help. The next slides go right with the aromatherapy.
Okay, I hope I put
It's
this
all
in.
good. Hey,
This.
we doing the find your matches, the flipping the
Right.
card game. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Is that
Okay,
one?
here we go. Yes,
Okay,
there
good.
are generally considered to be 6 stages to recovery from mental illness, as follows: acceptance. When a person has a mental problem, the most common barrier to them receiving treatment is denial.
Mm,
Insight, action, self-esteem, healing, and meaning. So, and we showing this because, as you can see, it says they are generally considered to be 6 stages to recovery from mental illness, and it's not just physical sicknesses and imbalances.
right.
So, how does mental healing feel? How does mental recovery feel? See, see when they look at it, that's a general list to go by because it's based on different psychological analysis and research. And they put that list together to say, hey, when you're looking at what does mental healing feel like? What does mental
Right.
recovery feel like? I don't, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what is, like, you know what I mean?
Clarity,
What
peace of
do I
mind.
go through? Yes,
Right. It's
yes,
gonna be some
yes.
darkness before, that light. Darkness before the dawn. So
And
you're gonna
that's
have that
where,
mental turbulence, but there's always light at the
so
end
I
of that.
need upliftment, sis.
Right.
I need
Upliftment.
to be uplifted. What do you
We
got?
have
What can, okay, we listening.
we have cypress. This is one I haven't talked about in a while.
Mm,
Cypress essential oil is very refreshing.
mm,
It's grounding, it's stabilizing, because it
mm,
comes from the cypress tree. So
Yes.
any type of oil that's distilled from a tree like cedar wood, cypress, they're grounding. It help you feel rooted and
Oh
secure.
wow.
Yeah. So if you think
Wow.
about a tree, the roots run deep,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Right.
standing
Right. Right.
upright. Looks strong. That's how
Wow.
the oils from that tree help you feel. It gives you that
Wow.
visceral effect of stability, strength, courage. So
Mm.
you need that when you're going through, mental turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
want to feel secure.
Mm-hmm. 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 Right. And when you're looking at those stages on that list, I mean, it's not one thing. So
Right,
even though they all can be related, they are standalone categories. And through each one of those, it's like we need we could use, especially if it's something you're learning for the first time.
right. Hmm.
If it's an unknown activity area, I'm going to get nervous. I'm going to make mistakes because I don't, this is my first time doing it. I didn't know.
Right,
You dig? So to get there, this is an aid so I don't have to run to food. I don't have to run to sex. I don't have to run to drugs. I don't have to run to alcohol. I don't have to abuse myself
right,
because I want to be mentally healed. So if I don't understand what it takes to be mentally healed, the same thing with the physical sickness. I'm getting symptoms. Healing can be uncomfortable, spiritual, mental, and physical.
right.
I might need encouragement to go through those signals. Nah, you can make it. You got people in the house, they be in the oh, we praying for you. You could do it. Hang in there. It's gonna get better. We need encouragement.
That's right.
This encouragement in the bottle. Cypress, man. Yo. You got your own, you
Right.
gotta put the cypress, tell Sister
Yeah,
Denise, make your old cypress inhaler.
that's right. That's right. And it helps with emotional trauma and those feelings of
Mm.
anger and irritability.
Mm, that's the amygdala.
Right.
That's your amygdala. Yes, yes. Wow. Okay, the next slide, sister, because that's going into the next one should be the emotional one.
It should be. Let's see.
There it is.
All right.
7 signs that you are healing emotionally. You start forgetting to take your medication. Wow. Listen, okay. You find yourself singing along with the car radio. Things that used to scare you don't anymore. You are ready to make some big changes to your living situation. You are able to take your disappointments in stride. Woo!
Mm.
See, if you are on medication, right? Which is not, we're not making fun of that. But you don't want to be on your medications anymore. See, we got the essential oils and the aromatherapy can have the same effect on your mind as the medication. The medication has to go through your stomach, go through your liver
Right.
before it's this is why they tell you to take it the first couple of days, make sure you don't miss it so it can get because it has to go through your liver first. So you got to make sure you are building that stream up in
Right.
your system so it can have its effect. The essential oils go right to your head. Look at the last one
Yeah.
says you are able to take your disappointments in stride. Hey sis,
Right.
come on, man. Good. I know you got.
Taking it
Hey, what's the?
stride.
I need an oil for that.
Bergamot. I have a
Oh,
slide. I'm gonna bring up my slide for that one.
okay, yes.
It's good
Bergamot's a
for,
good one. That's that thick one too.
yeah, it's from the citrus family. So it looks like a orange that's not ripe.
Mm.
Can you read that, brother? I can't see it.
Yes. Yeah, I got it. Bergamot essential oil is a natural antidepressant. Wow. It helps to reduce symptoms of depression. It signals the brain to release dopamine and serotonin. Good Google the mother. Man, bergamot essential oil is ideal for periods of stress, fear, and emotional crisis. Bergamot essential oil also helps relieve insomnia. Bergamot essential oil possesses sedation and anti-anxiety properties similar to diazepam without the harmful side effects. Wow.
Powerful, right?
That is a wow. Wow.
Dopamine and serotonin.
And I can look, dope this in the midbrain, it's a part right here. It's called the VTA, the ventral tegmental area. With that's where the dopamine. That's where
Right.
the that dopamine is released from right about here. And it's in
Mm.
man. So when
That's
you got
dope.
something, yes. See, when you got something that can dopamine is attached to things we find pleasurable. That's see, dopamine is that it's the hormone that causes addiction because it is the reward hormone. Nothing you can take make you feel better than dopamine. Nothing,
Wow.
nothing. So when you do something that the brain thinks is pleasurable or you think is pleasurable, that area is going to release dopamine and you're going to remember it and you're going to want so the next time you need your fix, you need a boost, you need your to be happy. See, your body is going to search the memories for these dopamine attached things and it's going to make you do it again. It's going to make you pick up that cigarette, make you pick up that drink, make you pick up that dope, make you pick up that ice cream, that cookie, that cake,
Right.
whatever it right. That thing that you can't stop. That you the reason why you can't stop it is because your brain has attached a reward
More
to it.
to it. Mm. Wow.
Sister, the bergamot can help you release dopamine without having to do that dangerous act of eating or set whatever so you
Right.
can circumvent
That.
you man
Isn't that
because
powerful?
most of the stuff we find pleasurable come from white people and it's dangerous to black people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The type of sex we like, the type of food we like, the type of beverages we like, that's all manufactured by Europeans, right? We never made a porno, we never made drama, we never made none of these things that are that roller coaster, that speed
Right.
junkie, that adrenaline junkie jumping. We never did none of these dangerous things, man. None of it. So most of the things that we have attached, this is the wrong things. We should, but we can't stop ourselves because dopamine is that powerful.
Wow.
Get yourself some look, get a bergamot in
Some
health
bergamot.
from and keep yourself doped up all day. Keep your children.
Yeah,
Look, put that thing in
naturally.
it. I got some
Right.
burger. I'm glad we had this show. I wasn't hip to the bergamot.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got bergamot over there.
And
I'm diffusing
serotonin.
that tonight. Mm, that's
Talk
that.
about the
Mm,
serotonin. What's the serotonin?
that's that feel. That's that you smiling. Dopamine is
Right.
a relaxing more. like a whole body relaxation effect. But
Hmm.
serotonin, you can get that from smiling. You know, you see, if you see somebody smile or you smile yourself, you can boom. So that's like that happy, yeah, man. So
Real
you
good.
know when
Yeah.
you, yeah, yeah. So you can, man, that'd be too much for us right now. Like, I don't want to be happy. I don't see you gotta want. That's the key to this. You have to want to be healthy, happy, powerful, and to live a long time.
Mhm.
It's
Absolutely.
nothing if you're not gonna make fun of you if you don't. Some people like it rough. Some people like to be choked, spanked.
Oh my
Some
goodness.
people. And I'm not talking. I'm not just sexually. They got people that just, I mean, they got weird fetishes. People like all kind of things. Jumping out of planes, that's just as weird. You dig what I mean? So, but they're trying to get their fix. They're trying to release those hormones.
Right.
So they got to put their body in that position to release it. The more dramatic, man. See, we just been taken away from that natural lifestyle of being able to look at things and just naturally be happy.
Right.
Man, you what that silly nigga
Right.
smiling for? Like, why I gotta be yeah, you can't
What's
walk
wrong with
around your
you?
own people too. Mm,
Right.
mm.
This is suspicious.
So we we got another one, sis. And that
Okay.
one is we actually not even knowing what the pictures are. We going right into them. That's really good.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Okay.
Sister Denise got for us
Yeah.
this time.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
see what's gonna pop up.
Let's see. Can you see it?
We just did. Now, yeah, we did that one.
We did that one.
Yes, yes, yep.
I might have duplicated a slide.
It's all good.
It's the same one.
We appreciate you. Yep,
Yeah. I duplicated. Sorry about that.
it's all right. It's all good.
All right.
Oh, you didn't have it in there. Oh,
Yeah, I think the
one more.
last two I duplicated.
Oh, okay. We had that one before.
Okay. Try this one. If not, I must have duplicated it.
Yes, that's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. Okay, family. Let's look at this one. It says signs of emotional healing. Acceptance of experiencing difficult life situations and no denial of the same. Ability to feel emotions guiding towards self evolvement. Not being scared and not getting upset easily. Woo, we all gonna fail that one.
Right.
So soaking in the disappointments with ease and flex. Oh, we go the last two. We was good. We acceptance of experiencing difficult life situations. I mean, most black people we can accept that life is hard. You know what I mean? So we not denying that. Ability to feel emotions, guiding towards self-involvement. That's something not too many of us have a problem with because we already were seeking enlightenment and being awoke in consciousness, right? So when we're looking at, hold on, sis, one more time.
Sorry. Let's bring it back.
Not being scared and not getting upset easily. And the last one, soaking in the disappointments with ease and flexibility. Man. So when we're looking, all right, are we good with that, sis? Thank you.
Okay.
So when we are looking, that's signs of emotional healing. We have signs of physical healing, signs of mental healing, signs of emotion, because these are three cells: spirit, mind, soul, body, and mind, right? So when we are looking, being able to not be scared and being able to control our emotions, right? You're dealing with psychosomatic disorder, you're dealing with fight or flight, you're dealing with the heart of stress, right? So you got many things, people will give you a herb or a tea or this or that. And I'm not knocking that. But aromatherapy works in 22 seconds.
Absolutely.
Aro-
22
Aromatherapy will get
seconds.
you right. Yeah. Hey, 22.
Yeah.
What's a good one for that emotion, that anger and those triggers of that? What's a good oil for that?
Bergamot again, geranium.
Gotcha.
Geranium
Geranium.
is very soothing to the mind. It's very soothing. Yeah.
That pine is good for that too, right?
Pine,
That I
cypress.
mean, what is it, the spruce or is it the spruce?
Yeah, blue spruce. That's good for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's several, but geranium. Oh my goodness, it's very. You can just feel it soothing your mind.
Mm, mm.
Mhm.
And that's what we want. I mean, I hope we understand, the importance of this because
Right.
the control center is the brain. So as much as we can control the brain, we can control the rest of our body. But
That's right.
there are certain thoughts that take us out of control of the brain. Fear triggers fight or flight. That triggers the amygdala. You don't control. So now you went into the autonomic nervous system, which is on autopilot. So you're not in control of yourself.
Right.
This is why you can do something and you can not stop yourself, or you get through it and you be like, I don't know why I did that, or why me. See, this isn't because you're crazy, this, or nothing like that. But this is how the brain it works. So when we are using those words, having those feelings, those thoughts, they are emotional and they trigger certain mechanisms in our brain, and we can literally lose control of ourselves.
Absolutely.
But if you always got that inhaler and you can feel it, the Incredible Hulk, when he was changing, because he'd be like, hey, don't make me angry. He could go through the
Right.
whole TV show and until they was beating him up or he had to they ready to kill somebody that he loved or whatever. He was so but in the course of that, if he could stop himself, he had in the course of him changing into the Credible Hulk, if he had
Right.
that inhaler in his pocket,
Oh, funny.
he oh and it took him about 30 seconds to change into the Incredible Hulk. It
Right.
only takes 22 seconds
Yeah.
for the inhaler and the oils.
Stop that emotional hijacking.
Mm.
He was
Y'all know
emotionally
me.
hijacked.
I, I ain't the only one been the Incredible Hulk. Come
Yeah,
on
that was
now.
one of my
Especially if we
favorite
press.
shows. I'm telling you,
Yeah, yeah,
that was.
yeah.
I
And
love that show.
I practice the Incredible Hulk with my children. I gotta
I know.
practice. Like, y'all ain't gonna like me when I'm
They
angry.
don't
I'm
like me
telling
when I'm
y'all.
angry.
No,
Like I'm happy, go
man.
lucky, but don't
Yeah,
push
yeah.
me. Don't get it
Right.
twisted.
Yeah. Yes. So
Yeah.
family, listen. I hope that the point that we were trying to make was received and understood, which is what does healing feel like? I mean, we know what everything, I know what cancer feels like, sickle cell, AIDS, lupus, colds, flus. We know what COVID feels like. What does healing feel? what does my immune system feel like?
Right.
So when I go through an immune response, when I go through healing, I won't confuse it with me being sick. You see what I'm saying? So I
Right.
can allow my body to complete the healing process.
Healing
Once I'm
process.
complete,
Right.
once I'm healed, now I can start to be healthy. Once
Right.
I'm
And
healthy,
maintain it.
then I can
Maintain
start to
it.
be man. Yes.
It's about
You know,
maintenance
so yes.
and
And that's
and daily
I'm sorry, what was you ready to say?
daily self-care, taking preventative,
Yes.
using the essential oils. It's maintenance, but it's also preventative. If you're not feeling any type of symptoms, it's preventative, you know.
Yes. Yes. What does it prevent? Death.
Exactly.
That's it. If
To
y'all
the
want to
point,
know what does it
prevents
prevent?
death. You're right.
Yeah, death. Death.
Yeah,
We're not
absolutely.
talking about no diseases and sick. We talking about we the man. Our goal is the same as how to eat to live. He says that the teaching is for the prolonging of life. That's what we want to bear witness and aid in that. Your body
Right.
is going to heal. The whole point was to let you know your body is healing itself.
In itself. That's
Doc,
right.
doctors know that. That's why all they give you is a Motrin.
Hmm. A
Because
script.
they are
A script.
yeah,
They give
yeah,
you a
yeah.
script.
That's it. That's it.
A
So,
script for
as
death.
we close out, hey, that was a good this was a beautiful show, sis.
Yes, we hadn't been on with in a
Episode.
while, but when we came, we gave them
Yes.
something to
Yes.
chew on.
Yes. Yes. And we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. And
Yes, we
yeah.
appreciate you all taking out your valuable time to listen. However long you
Hmm.
listened, if you watch this on the replay, you're greatly appreciated. And share this
Definitely.
with somebody
Definitely.
that if you don't need it, somebody out there does.
Get your book. I gotta
Yeah,
everything I just said or during this broadcast. It's in this book. And this is
right.
not a science book, by the way. I mean, it's not a novel, it's a science book. So you're getting this all the information. Look, you're getting how the body is put together. You're getting almost every page is filled up with some type of pictures and diagram of your immune system and how it works so that we can
Can
use
you? Right.
it. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely. Yes,
Right.
I can hear you.
So, okay. And Sister Denise,
You're
she
welcome.
has
Yeah, you can. I have writing my life. I don't know if you can see it. Create your mental wellness. That'll help you to rise above those emotions. And I also have Healing with Sister Denise.
mm,
In this book, you'll get some recipes of essential oils that you can use for different different things: anxiety, depression, stress, high blood pressure, insomnia, whatever it is you're going through. I pretty much have a recipe in here for that. So you can get this both books on Amazon. All right, family. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close it out. We appreciate you again. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your evening. Assalamu alaikum.
wa alaikum assalam.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah.
Yes.